Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about the whole Netflix thing. Netflix shares dropped 30% and they dropped another 30%. So if anybody here invests in the stock market, this might be interesting for you. I'm going to discuss it from perspective of an investor and also from perspective of someone who lives in Russia. So firstly, let me get right down to the bottom of the reason why Netflix shares are falling. Because nobody wants to pay for content. That model does not work, at least in my opinion. The only model that works is free content based on advertising, the YouTube model. And that's why YouTube is doing really good. And YouTube, trust me, is not losing subscribers unless it's sanctions that they themselves do. YouTube is pretty popular. But from the very beginning, when I looked at Netflix, I couldn't understand what the hype was about, because why would you pay for content online when everything is free on YouTube? And also, there's also a lot of online piracy. So, you can like Google the name of the movie and like a Russian website will come up that where you can get all that for free. But in any case, so a lot of people are saying that the problem with Netflix is wokenness and race issues and all that. And definitely that is part of the story. Definitely. Let me talk about the fact that American movies used to be really cool back in the 80s, back in the 90s. And they suffered so bad that right now American movies are a complete joke. One of the few good things about America used to be the movies. The movies used to be cool, but now they're not cool anymore. And there's absolutely nothing that Netflix tries to produce that is of any remote interest to anyone. That's why I was thinking years ago, because Netflix stock has been going up for a very long time, and I was watching it going, why in the hell is anybody buying the stock? But I can tell you that people were buying the stock because they were pumping it. It was the cool thing to buy. Well, now it's coming back to reality. And that's the issue again. Also, to jump to another issue, the whole American economy has huge problems with it. The problem is that it is a soft economy based on things like Netflix, based on things like software, and less based on things like manufacturing. For example, the Chinese economy is much more based on making tangible goods, which is an actual benefit to someone, versus all these software companies that struggle to generate profit. What I'm saying is an economy should be more based on core interests, core economical things like metals, like oil. As far as, people are hating on things like oil and gas, for example, but oil and gas is way more valuable than Netflix, a company like Netflix. I would much rather own a company, an oil company, than a Netflix company, because Netflix companies come and go, but oil is always needed. Yet that is exactly the opposite of a sentiment for investors. When was the last time you heard that it's a good idea to invest in an oil company or a gas company? They simply don't talk about it, as if those types of companies are not profitable, which couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, it is extremely profitable to own any kind of natural resources company. Proof of that is, look at countries like Dubai, Saudi Arabia. Look how rich they are. Now look at San Francisco. Now San Francisco is a city whose economy is based on digital, on software. Look where it ended up with that kind of economical focus. Clearly, it's not that profitable to make software and digital type of things. People are acting like anything that's in software just immediately generates billions and billions of dollars. It doesn't. Some of it is profitable, but I don't think here's the issue. Don't abandon the standard things. Don't abandon metal industry, gas industry, oil industry, manufacturing. There is no manufacturing left in America anymore. That's why, and basically what happens with companies like Netflix is eventually they pop. That's what happens. And another thing I wanted to discuss is Bill Ackman buying a huge stake in Netflix and then that stake dropping 30%. Bill Ackman is a crappy investor. He screwed up with Herbalife. I don't know if you guys follow it, but he shorted Herbalife, lost billions of dollars. Now he lost billions of dollars on Netflix. So he's he's being consistent with his losses. Anyway, that's just my take on everything. Thanks for watching.